Welcome. This is Dr. Egger, and we will be going over a few things throughout Blackboard and also going through just the overview of the course, which is presented in Chapter 1. Um, uh, Chapter 1, really, we don't assess on for this course. However, it does give you a good presentation of how the course is structured and how the textbook has a great flow to it. So let's go ahead and get started. So open up a browser, go to IPFW, and go to My IPFW. Now, again, this looks a little different since you are a student, but find the Blackboard tab and open. So, again, it's going to look different because I teach other courses throughout the summer, but go to the course that is labeled for MUSL 418 Psychology of Music 201730. It will not open until Monday morning, so hopefully it will, and if not, I will fix the problem shortly. So this is our Blackboard page. Basically, on the side, you're going to see eventually week 2, week 3, week 4, and so on. But if you do want to look at the syllabus again, I just sent it as an email. However, if you just want to look at it through Blackboard, it's also there. There's also the video that I shared with you earlier if you would rather watch that as well. So during week 1, click on that. And this will basically be what you have to do during that week. So for week 1, the objectives that we're going to cover are the overview of the course syllabus, what is music psychology, the interdisciplinary pathways of music psychology, rhythm as part of the human life process, importance of parent-infant bonding, and music and society. Music and society will actually come back at the very end of the semester, but they do kind of do a quick overview of it during Chapter 3. The readings this week are Chapters 1 and 3 of the Hodges and Sebald. We will not be reading Chapter 2. The materials given, and I'll talk about that in a second, are Chapters 1 and 3 PowerPoint. The week 1 video, I will give you a link. It's a YouTube video to the musical instinct, and I'll provide the link in the assignment below. And then the assignments that are due this week are the syllabus assignment, the student information assignment, the video reflection, and week 1 assignment. Now you're going to find all these below. I have not uploaded the video reflection and week 1 assignment yet, but you will see these below the PowerPoints. Here are the PowerPoints for each chapter that we go over. I will also do a video like I'm doing now for each PowerPoint. These are completely optional and only maybe to help further explain certain things throughout the PowerPoints. Alright, Chapter 1, you should just be able to click on it and it downloads to your computer. Again, this is a very, very short chapter and a very short PowerPoint that I give for this. Again, it's a basic overview of what is the psychology of music. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first question that we ask is basically, what is this course that you're studying? And the definition that the book gives is the engagement of music in all human societies. Again, when we start looking at this, it goes into further detail. But topics that we're going to explore this semester throughout the textbook are, first of all, how did human beings become musical creatures? Do some animals make music? And the next question is music universal? Now, this is always a question for philosophers and research professors at university is Is music a universal language? You know, and there's opposing sides to it. Some people say yes, some people say no. One of the things we'll also go through is the hearing process and the importance of hearing health. We'll also go over basic physical properties of music, sound waves. We'll talk about music and the brain, and we'll also talk about emotions and music. This is a figure that Chapter 1 gave, and I feel like it's really important. Basically, if you start at the middle, everything starts with a vibration. And we'll talk about that in Chapter 3. But think about it. The beginning of sound is a sound wave. So what we're going to do is start with what is the sound wave? What are the vibrations? And then we branch out into all these different areas. So there's psychology, there's psychoacoustics, there's acoustics of music, there's metaphysics, there's philosophy, medicine, biology, anthropology, and so much more. We will hit most of these topics throughout the semester. Again, I think this is just a great diagram of that the book shows that it's not just about the music itself. It goes beyond that. So there are different models that we use in music psychology. First one is the sociology aspect, where the role of music plays in social interactions. So we talk about how music affects businesses. We talk about music and politics, music and religion, the youth culture, and in even just entertainment. Again, these are just a couple of examples. Think about how music has affected society as a whole, as individuals. The next part is physics, so acoustics. And now we'll define acoustics later in Chapter 4 or 5, but acoustics is the science of sound. You know, how can we measure sound? What do waves look like? And so forth. And then we keep on going into how does the mind interpret musical sound? Is it sound when it's outside the body? Or does it become sound once the vibrations of music or the sound waves hit the brain? And then we'll talk about physics of musical instruments. Not so much, but, you know, we'll talk about the tone that instruments do create. Biology, we'll talk about how the musical experiences are also bodily experiences. We'll talk about breathing patterns. We'll talk about heartbeats. We'll talk about the brain, hearing process, emotions, and physiological responses. And one is heart rate that studies have been done. Again, this is just a very brief overview of Chapter 1. I don't plan on assessing you on that. I mean, again, some of these answers are very opinionated. So, but I do hope that you read Chapter 1 with an open mind, and then it does bring you some interesting questions that may intrigue you to further explore into that area. So the next video that I will do will be of Chapter 3 PowerPoint.